was in the middle of the night. I was sleeping in the guest room with my sister. My mom came to move my sister and left me alone. They woke up in the middle of the night to our neighbors screaming, saying, "Your house is on fire." They went to go find me in my room and I wasn't there. And then my mom realized that I was in the guest room. And when I went and passed my room, my whole room was on fire. When we got down the stairs, we got out, and as soon as we shut that door, all the windows exploded. Everything was gone. And that was super, super hard for me to watch, which made me super skeptical of God. I was just like, why does this happen to good people? And I could see the distraught just even at such a young age that it brought to my family. And we were homeless. We didn't have a home. I grew up Catholic. My mom was the real driver of that, and my dad kind of sat behind, just on the sidelines. He was never really religious. I got baptized, I did First Communion. She was my Sunday school teacher, all the way up to confirmation. I just never understood the message. I would do whatever I needed to just fill the role of what would make everyone else happy, and I truly just would do it because it checked off a box for my family. It was my decision to decide if I wanted to keep pursuing faith and God, and I just totally took a step back. When I was 8 years old, my house burned down. It was an electrical fire. I saw what it did to my sister, too, and I realized that these feelings are real, of just being skeptical and not really believing in God for it. And instead of running towards him, we all just kind of ran away. Me and my family shared a loft of my grandparents' townhome for over 2 years while we rebuilt. So my family is everything to me. So whatever they did is exactly what I wanted to do. Sunday church was definitely not in that regimen anymore. I have a genetic bone disorder that has caused me to have over 15 surgeries to get benign tumors removed. And it just kept me questioning. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know why these things keep happening to me. I went to college and I joined a sorority, and I didn't enjoy it at all. But I went along with the program of what they wanted me to do. And some of those girls there just weren't a right fit for me, and I just let them tell me what to do and I would do it. After my freshman year of that, I found CPC, which I also found one of my best friends, who was also in that sorority, led me here. She, from the very beginning of that experience, she was like, come to CPC. And I was like, okay, we'll see. I don't know. But she's like, you should really get plugged in at church. And I was like, well, I'm kind of Catholic, I'm kind of Christian. I don't know where I really stand with all of that. I kept coming back to CPC. I was like, there's something special here. And I kept just looking around at peers. I think that's what really drove me to understand the love of God. Everyone was praising the Lord, worshiping, standing so strong, and bowing their head and just doing everything for him. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's great that they do that. But how does it fit into my life, right? All these things have happened. How am I gonna know? How is he gonna save me? I decided to go to Unite. Not really expecting much out of it. Just to have, they obviously had worship and there were gonna be speakers, and I was super excited for that. JP's speaking, and he starts talking about raise your hand if you're a 0 out of 10, you believe you're going to heaven. So I rose my hand and at an 8. An 8 was where I stand. I felt like, I've been doing pretty good. I've been going to church. I've been going on Wednesdays. But there's probably some more work that I could do. But I don't think I'm below an 8. He kept speaking, and his words were just super powerful to me. He said along the lines of God is right in front of you, waiting. He has this gift of love and mercy and grace. So I started praying, God, what am I supposed to do right now? Am I supposed to fully trust and believe in you? Or am I supposed to stay the skeptic, scared, and think I'm just an 8? And in that moment, it was just like this jaw-dropping, what have I been doing? He's right in front of me. He's been here my whole life. I knew from that moment that Jesus died on the cross, paid for our sins, resurrected, and that was, I'm a child of God. And then I wanted to go, and I went down to the altar. I worshiped, and then I had no clue that baptisms were going on. And so they're like, great night, everyone. So we'll be doing baptisms outside. And I was like, okay. It was so cool because just in that moment, for me to be able to just immediately go get baptized after, well, yes, it had nothing to do with baptism doesn't wash away my sin, but I've been saved and I was ready. I was 100% positive that this is what my next step was. And so I ran to my friends and I said, let's do it. I'm ready to get baptized. Nick was there and he was able to baptize me, which made it even sweeter. And everyone rejoiced. I got up and I just felt brand new. It was the first time I went home and I prayed at night, and I prayed for my family, and I prayed for the people around me, and I haven't stopped since.